Okay, hello. I'm Alex.
I'm Tracy.
Mike.
Hi.
I'm wearing a mic today because I'm going to be doing the talking, and Tracy's going to do some demonstrating for this lovely little encapsulated, I'm thinking 10 minutes, but we wanted to particularly address at this time of year especially yoga for your immune system. This is the time of year where, let's face it, we are feeling run down. The holidays are approaching. It's the end of November now, and this is generally when we really need to focus on a little bit of self-care, self-love. There's the classic vitamin D and zinc and antioxidant foods, and the number one, sleep. Get as much sleep as you can if you can, and with the days getting shorter and darker out, it sometimes feels like you do want to hibernate and sleep. But the other thing is yoga. You know, it's a wonderful, we're going to address about 4 poses for this little segment, and Tracy's going to demonstrate. Basically, they say that science studies show that yoga, even more than a walk or listening to calming music or even meditation, although yoga can be part of your meditation, is one of the best things for really helping to calm you and to boost your immune system. So we're going to start off with our first pose, and it's pretty easy and lovely. We're going to do the leg up the wall, and Tracy's going to demonstrate. And there's 2 different ways that we can do this depending on your comfort level. So one way is that you can lie back. So her back is going to be here on the floor, and she's going to scooch her bum as close as possible against the wall. So just a little, there we go. Sometimes it's good to sort of go sideways and then bring the legs up. Excellent. So for this one, just slide those legs straight up the wall, and you can keep your tailbone a little away from the corner of the wall, or an alternative. And how does that feel? Good?
Yeah.
Great. So this is really a go-to pose for grounding the nervous system. It's in a traditional yoga practice. It really does help to boost the immunity and keep stress at bay. So you'll feel a sense of calm and well-being, and your body's going to be pumping some nice oxygenated blood downward to your legs and reviving those tired muscles, especially if you're sitting all day in a chair in the office. This is a wonderful pose to do at the end of the day. An alternative to this would be, and Tracy's just going to slide out a little further from the wall, you can also, excellent, just bend the knees and press your feet against the wall. So the knees are almost at a 90-degree angle, and that's also really nice. So there's a little bit more support with the feet, and if it's too much to keep all of your legs elevated, just a little bend of the knees also is a nice way to just sit in this pose. And you know, you can hang here for 5-10 minutes, whatever works for you. You can put on some calming music, get some essential oils going or candles, and just chill out, and then, you know, slide the legs down whenever you feel that you're ready to bring the legs back. But it really is wonderful for oxygenating the blood and the flow coming down from the feet into the rest of your body, and certainly fueling that root and stomach chakra as well. So that's great. Thank you, Tracy. So the next one is going to be Cobra pose. So Tracy's going to flip over on her belly. I'm going to come behind a little bit so you can see what she's doing, and I'll talk to that as well. So this one is believed, this Cobra pose, believed to help stimulate your thymus and the organ located behind the chest bone that is responsible for the growth of T cells. And that's your body's response basically for when you're feeling like you're getting cold or flu.
Do you want to walk me into it so people know how to get
Yes,
into it?
Absolutely. So I'm just noticing I've got a little arrow on the video, so I'm just going to move that so it's not on your head. Okay, so for Cobra, and you can ease into it slowly with regards to starting even in the Sphinx pose first, but if you want to come straight up into Cobra, I always have the hands just pressing to the floor just above and possibly even just beneath the shoulders, and then an easy, gentle rise, and we're going to tuck that tailbone in and under, and there's going to be a nice softness and an opening in that low back, so there's some space as you slowly lift up. Now, Tracy's got her arms bent. Now you can pause here and just lift that heart and open up through that chest. And if you want to go a little deeper, the extension can keep coming up through those arms and lifting further. If you're feeling any tightness through the shoulders, I often urge people to just wiggle or walk those fingers forward a little bit and just allow those shoulders to drop down. Very good. How's that feel?
Great.
Yeah, very nice. And then just ease down, slow and gentle. You can hold this pose once again for a couple minutes, whatever feels right for you, even just 30 seconds, just lifting. Take a rest, and then let yourself peel your way back up again if you want to try it one more time. And you can also ease slow and gentle. That's beautiful. So you're going to press through the tops of the feet. And the power of this is in the back bend. You should be really feeling it coming up from the legs and opening up through the front. And you're pulling your chest forward and you're softening the shoulders all the way down the back. Beautiful. And just hold it for a few breaths and take it down when you're ready. Lovely. And it's almost like a melting down. I always say one vertebra at a time, just a very gentle folding back and a resting. Good. And I was going to do the fish pose next, but I think I'll do the downward dog because you're just so nicely positioned that we could easily ease you up from that beautiful cobra. And yeah, that's good. Take your socks off. Sorry, I know your feet are cold.
Okay.
'Tis the season. It is warming up. We just got at the studio, so we had to turn the heat on. So the downward dog is that go-to emergency pose. And when things are feeling overwhelming or out of control, it's a really good one to help, just ground. So try it with a block under your forehead if that feels right. That's another way to do it. Yeah, there you go. So we're going to start with those hands pressed deep beneath the shoulders, or maybe lining the shoulders up over the wrists, actually. And the knees should be, directly beneath your hips and curling your toes under. Excellent. And then just a peeling up and a pulling back with those hips, a pressing down of the heart into the floor. Good, nice and wide through those shoulders. You can just roll even the upper arms in just slightly to just maximize that stretch through the arms. And then sink those heels down with each exhalation, like just a gentle drop. Don't get hung up on whether or not your heels are reaching the floor or not. The idea is that you're letting them drop down. Just let that gravity pull you down. And you should be seeing a very nice, or feeling a beautiful opening straight on down the backs of the legs. And when I'm able to touch people in class, I love to do a little pull. Someone could maybe help you with that if they're at. Feels so nice to just give a little pull up and back. And then I also feels really nice if you've got an extra set of hands at home, just have someone give a little press into that low back. So just a gentle press away and a little sinking down of the heart. So that tailbone is lifting up and your heart is sinking down. Excellent. And you can hold it for, once again, a few breaths.
Can you give me that block and slide it?
Yeah, that's brilliant. How's that feel?
Oh, that's great.
Cool. So it's good for tight hamstrings as well, and your seat's going to be really high up towards the sky. So you're just like pulling it up, like a nice gentle sloping upward as those heels sink down. And you can even do it with a little slight bend to the knees. That's also fine. That can be a little turbo dog, I like to call it, if you want to sink the knees a little and just drop the heels or keep those toes grounded and the balls of the feet grounded. And that just gives a little extra stretch to the top of your hamstrings. So that's nice too. And just allow your mood to shift. And in this pose, just let all the events of the day melt away. So that's lovely. And you can ease out slowly. I'm just going to slide that block away from you. Perfect. Good. And now we will do the fish pose. And with this one, this can be a supported fish. When I teach this class on my Wednesday night, or this pose for my Wednesday night class, we don't normally use supports, but you can use blocks, and you can also use a bolster or a cushion at home. Looks like Tracy knows exactly what she's doing.
How do you do it without it?
I just use my elbows.
Oh, so you just push down and lift your arm. Oh.
Yeah, actually, maybe what I'll do is we're gonna demonstrate with it being supported, and then I'll do a quick demo of doing it without, if you just don't happen to have a bolster or a block. Beautiful. Oh, that looks so yummy. Okay, so with this fish pose, so we're feeling that heart opening, and I call it an inversion because what we're feeling is that heart is actually you're feeling an inversion with the heart being elevated over your throat and your third eye and your crown. So that's one way of doing it with that assist. Now that's beautiful with the bolster. You can use a cushion or a rolled up blanket at home, which is great. And we can do a block under the head. Beautiful. I'll slide that in for you. Perfect. So this would be, the way it's set up for Tracy, it's perfect for hanging in this pose for a little while. Like you could happily sit here for 5 minutes and just let the day melt away, which is great. So while you're comfortable, I'm just going to speak to this pose just a little bit. So it's a wonderful pose for the access of a deep diaphragmatic breath, and it helps to balance the agitated nervous system. which obviously is connected with our immune system. So you're going to make sure that you place that block. If you're using the blocks, of course she's using a bolster, but if you are going to be using the block, just make sure that it's placed at the tip of your, yeah, that would be good. So it should be at the bottom tip of your shoulder blade. So I'm going to slip that out, and then we will, the bottom tip would be right about there. I'm going to let you adjust as you need to. Now, if you want a little more opening through, then we're going to just let that head hang a bit more. Does that feel good? Okay, perfect. Excellent. And this is sort of where the neck has a gentle, sort of natural curve, and it gives you also some like a sufficient support with the block underneath. Okay? So those are two ways to do it with an assist of blocks or bolster. And ideally, when you're being supported like this, you can stay in this pose longer. And if you want to just do it without any props at all, I'll do a quick demo of that. And it's pretty straightforward as well. You're going to lie back, and with your knees bent to start, I always suggest slipping those hands straight under your buttocks. You're going to sit on the tops of your hands and your wrists, and then slowly stretch out your legs so that the wrists and the top part of your forearms are underneath and they're grounded and planted. And then always with this, I always say, imagine a little string just tugging at the heart. And we're going to slowly pull the heart up, and the elbows will bend, and you're just going to lift and let that head fall all the way back. Good. And so the forearms, elbows ground, shoulders pull down and away from the ears, and a nice big exhalation out from the throat. I say, like, release those toxins. So I'm going to take a big breath in. Exhaling out.
And while she's here, since she's in this awesome pose, I'm going to take an opportunity to give her an assist.
Excellent.
And take a big breath.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
And just lifting up
Oh
and
my God, that feels
wide.
great.
Just opens up a little bit more.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you. And then coming out, easy peasy, soft landing, slow drop of the head. That comes down first, the rest of the shoulders, body, and then slip out with those knees bent, hands slip out with the feet grounded so you're nice and supported, and then just let your back melt back down into the floor. Lovely. That felt really good. So I hope that helps. All four poses, really, you can do them in about 10 minutes, but that last one in particular, that the immune building is just
Right, 'cause
tremendous.
That gets into, what is that, the thyroid?
The thyroid specifically. It's a really good one for nourishing and conditioning your thyroid as well. So thank you, and we hope that you'll continue to join us over the next month. We've got lots of really cool videos that we're going to be posting. The next one up on deck is going to be how to do yoga for de-stressing. So if you're feeling a little stress in your life, Tracy's going to lead us with maybe a 20-minute restorative Reiki yoga. And I get to receive, which I'm super excited about. So really yummy and a wonderful class for just allowing all that stress to just melt away. So this is the season we need to really focus on letting ourselves.
Yeah, so stay tuned. We'll keep you nice and mellowed out for the holidays coming up.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.